Pokemon gyms serve as the hubs for progress across nearly every game. With 8 different regions hosting 8 gyms, it's understandable that there's a lack of variety across the 67 mainline Pokemon gyms. But it's downright inexcusable that there's almost no variation across nearly all of them. I should clarify that I'm only talking about the battle side of the gyms. There have been plenty of gyms with fantastic level design, as well as integrating gym leaders into the story, and different leaders based on what versions you own, but the battles themselves are simply trainer fights with more formidable teams and better music. More recently, gyms have started to incorporate gameplay mechanics unique to their specific titles, but I'm less enthused about games with unique leader battles that stand out from the rest of the franchise, and more interested in unique gym battles within individual games. The main ones are the Totem Pokemon from Alola, but while these serve the same in-game purpose as the gym leaders, isn't it more fair to say that the battles against the Trial Captains and Kahuna serve as the gym battles? In which case we're back to no variation across the gyms. The first of only 2 special gym battles is Liza and Tate from Generation 3. This battle revolves around the new battle format introduced in Ruby and Sapphire, the Double Battle, which have now become the only gimmick battle format to stick around between generations, but we'll get to that later. The Moss Deep Gym does an excellent job of incorporating the Pokemon themselves and their movesets into the gym's theme. For example, Moss Deep is a spaceport, so the gym leader's aces are Solrock and Lunatone. This fits in with the themes of space and duality. There are many gyms that take inspiration from their surroundings, and it's often fun to think about how the entire design of a gym and its leader can be centered around one Pokemon, like how Volkner's cool and intimidating persona is based on his Luxray. So it's incredibly awesome to see an entire town designed around the gym leaders using Solrock and Lunatone. The other Pokemon in Emerald, Claydol and Xatu, are also Pokemon not necessarily associated with space, but with deep mysteries. This is why Xatu was chosen over Grumpig, despite Xatu being a Pokemon from Johto. But there is one other gimmick Pokemon gym, one that's far more unique than any other gym in the franchise, the Strite and Gym. This gym has 3 separate leaders, and is based on the theme of your starter's typing. The puzzle for the gym itself is laughably awful, in a game with some of the most spectacular gym designs in the franchise. Black and white gyms played with the 3D effect by the DS zooming out the camera and exploring different angles when extreme events took place. So a walk down a straight corridor and standing on some buttons sets a false precedent for what the rest of the game has in store. Black and White were also the first games in the franchise to try and humanize the gym leaders. Nearly all of them are introduced before their gym battles in an emotional scene that shows off who they are as characters, but the Strite and Trio are the only leaders never to appear outside of their gym, which is odd. The main mechanic of the gym is that the leader's ace corresponds to the type that's strongest against your starter. What you may not realize is that the entire game up to this point has revolved around this upcoming battle. No matter what starter you pick, it is absolutely impossible to learn or catch a Pokemon capable of dealing super effective damage to a grass, fire, or water type. This is why for the first time in Pokemon history, the starter bird isn't available on Route 1 or 2. The trio battle is, without a doubt, the hardest first gym in a Pokemon game, as the way to defeat them comes from a very stupid source outside of the battle. In a side area called the Dream Yard, a person will give you the Pokemon needed to defeat the gym leader. A solution to this could have been getting your rival to tell you there's a Pokemon in the Dream Yard you can use, or if they really wanted to add some flavor, Nurse Joy could tell you after you lose your first attempt that there's a Pokemon trainer in the Dream Yard ready to give her Pan Monkey away. For a franchise that doesn't like to leave anyone behind, it sure is an obtuse way of beating the gym. Don't get me wrong, the design is almost perfect, I just wish it was more direct in telling me where to go, because as a kid, I spent weeks trying to get past this gym. But the title of this essay is the most unique and disappointing gym, and that's where Strite and Gym and Black and White fail as a whole. Earlier, I praised the Moss Deep Gym for incorporating its new battle format into its gyms, and Black and White were the next games to introduce a new battle format. 2 in fact, triple and rotation battles. Now, I don't know why these formats are so underused, as there's nothing inherently wrong with them. I especially have no idea why Game Freak continued to make battle formats they never used, like inverse and free-for-all battles. So why not have the gym that works around the rule of 3 be a triple rotation battle? Simply remove their Lillipup and have the player overcome a trio to earn the trio badge. In my entire playthrough of Black and White for this video, I only got into 1 rotation battle, which was fun, so why not put this hard work on full display by having it right up front? Does it set a false expectation for what the gym battles will be like? Everything about Strite and Gym is a false expectation of what the Black and White gyms will be like. You've already released an entire generation of Pokemon on the DS, and the majority of your players will be returning fans, so why not switch things up like you did with the Pokédex? Pokemon Black and White had the best gyms and gym leaders in the entire franchise. Still, they lost their opportunity to make the opening act of the Unova adventure be the best gym battle in Pokemon history.